is okay.
Don't worry, he's always making a comeback.
Holy shit.
I'm not your little girl anymore. Look at me, I'm 16 years old. 16!
That's practically an adult, but you still treat me like I'm a little kid.
Ella me dice que le gustan los plátanos maduros. Ella me dice que le gustan los plátanos maduros.
Weapon 1111, it's time for progression. Oh!
Could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet.
The modern breadhead when they learn you're the human. I'll be able to protect when the whole island pieces together what you are.
I'm gonna make sure you don't.
Look!
What?
Amy gets back today.
No, not today.
No, today.
No, she's supposed to come in tomorrow.
No, what day does she come back?
Monday.
Today's Monday. We gotta clean.
Oh, God.
I'm Joshua! How long has it been? 5,000 years?
Actually, 5,245 years. But who's counting? How's my muddy buddy?
I hate ya! I'll always hate ya! I will never forgive you!
The boys so neurotic and chaotic. Go!
To last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on.
Hiding in that egg. Listen and listen good. You shall never find peace as you bathe the spot in your black blood time and time again. For you are the one last page. We go up together. Yeah. Wait for me. Do our pinky promises mean nothing to you?
I'm invincible! Me! A member of the Smiling Dead!
Name, I just wanna be famous. But I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. I just wanna be greatness. I just wanna be greatness. I just wanna be greatness.
Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should.
I'm
saw your nose bleed. Honest mistake. Not much we can do about that.
Black blood!
But you straight up told Romeo, who then told Kathy, who then told Sid. And now I'm missing a dishwasher, a busboy, and 2 waitresses! Breadhead! Cropper needs a favor. He's left in 3, 2, 1!
Hey, Dad, check this out.
Breadhead, since you were just a bun in the oven, you've been nothing but good. But your sister... Get back in here, you little brat!
I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend everything that you see, so...
I just watched one of the greatest indie cartoons of all time. Because yes, Glitch Productions has finally released the pilot to the Gaslight District. And when I say that this is absolutely one of the most creative ways to talk about life, death, heaven, and hell, I mean it. The show is a gothic crime drama that starts with the end of the world, in which humanity has been misshapen, twisted into these absolutely disgusting looking creatures. Via the power of something called the Black Hand, these creatures are able to have eternal life in a place called the Gaslight District. But there is the prophecy of the human born of the angel's egg who will eventually cause the end of their world. And without spoiling too much, this obviously has a lot to do with our main characters, Mud, Breadhead, Melancholy, and Ken the Butcher. The show has a pretty interesting take on heaven, hell, and the festering remains of humanity. So yes, there's definitely an overarching mystery that is eventually going to be solved. The show is basically like if Tim Burton tried to create Gravity Falls. That is the feel that you get while watching this. So yes, if you haven't watched the Gaslight District, I would absolutely urge you to drop everything and give the show a watch. Did you notice in the Gaslight District that when Melancholy gets injured, the skin on her arm is totally different from the skin that we see on her face? But what exactly does this mean? Because I don't think that Melancholy is getting up every day putting on a fresh face of green makeup. And instead, I think there's something that's a lot more complicated actually going on. Because in the pilot episode, we learned that Melancholy is actually human. But there's actually somebody else in the show that has a pretty similar design to her, and that of course is Ken the Butcher. And we're able to learn from Ken that Melancholy has all of of her original limbs. She hasn't actually gotten injured yet, which means that everything we're seeing is just a part of her. And of course, this leads me to believe that it's actually the Gaslight District itself that is discoloring their skin tones. And honestly, that's probably the reason that Melancholy has her entire body covered except for her head. What I'm assuming is that there is something special about the Gaslight District that obviously causes people to live eternally, but also causes flesh to rot. And that's what I would assume is happening to Melancholy, that the first layers of her skin does have a bit of rot on it because she lives in the Gaslight District, which would explain the differences in skin tone between her face and her arm.
Cement. Make sure to hold your breath. Once you reach the bottom, a fight wails for death. Cement! 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 Dit is nog maar het begin. De dood is nog veel erger, dus hou je adem in. Cement! Cement! Cement!
成活，成活，成活！屏住呼吸的张口，等你沉到最深处，下场比死还残酷。成活，成活，成活！Cement, cement, cement. Как совершить момент, когда достигнешь дна, смерть будет лишь мила. Cement, cement, cement. Cement, cement, cement. Hört auf die Luft. Denkt und treibt auf Himmel in dieser tiefen Glut. Cement, cement, cement. Béton, béton, béton. Prends ta respiration. Quand tu seras au fond, bienvenue dans ta tombe. Béton, béton, béton.
Glitch just released the pilot for their latest show, The Gaslight District, and I honestly think this might be the best show that they're producing. The pilot is already way crazier than all of the episodes of the amazing digital circus, and its teasers got me even more hyped than the ones for their other upcoming show, The Knights of Guinevere. The show is about some undead gangsters at the end of the world, but the real story is in unraveling the reasons for this apocalypse. The reasons that the old world has been destroyed, and why the people that remain are walking around as undead zombies. With some really interesting connections, of course, to real-life mythology. Now, the premise of the show is stated in the pilot's opening moments by the narrator, where he claims that the world as we know it ended eons ago. It doesn't exactly explain how this happens, but some of the images in the pilot and teasers indicate that there might have been some sort of nuclear disaster in the past. This nuclear disaster led to most of the world being seemingly destroyed, with what's left of humanity hiding on a small island in a community known as the Gaslight District. The nuclear radiation may have something to do with all of these characters being undead zombies, but it is explained in the opening moments that the real cause of this immortality is a symbol called the Black Hand. With this, you can still experience a physical death, but immediately afterwards you are revived, with all of these people, now called rotlings, experiencing the pain of the injuries as well as their ongoing rotting. We see this throughout the pilot, even with most of our main characters in The Smiling Dead, including Ken the Butcher, Mud, and Breadhead, who all get shot and then come right back to life to keep on with their shenanigans. Since they are an undead mafia family, when someone needs to be disposed of despite being immortal, it's handled in a very mafia way, with the victim being tied to some cement blocks and thrown into the water. Here, the rotling experiences drowning over and over again before immediately being brought back to life by their Black Hand sign. This is just one of the ways that even in the Gaslight District, a character can have, essentially, a death. It's not something they can't be rescued from, but it works well enough that they have a term for it in their world called cementing. Now, the show is called The Gaslight District, with the visual of this area being lit by gas lamps. But it, of course, also refers to the concept of gaslighting, of convincing people that they are crazy or that the reality they are experiencing is not real. Now, when it comes to the world ending as we know it eons ago, that part does appear to be true, with one character, Mud, making it clear that he was running into someone that he hasn't seen for over 5,000 years, with the implication being that he is much, much older than that, and that is ultimately not a very long amount of time for him. The real gaslighting here seems to be about the supposed end of the Gaslight District, with there being a well-known legend in the world that their immortality will be taken away by a human born from an angel's egg. In the show, the Gaslight District is connected rather directly to a place called Paradise Lost, which itself seems to be connected to heaven, with there being a mother angel up there who lays eggs, with one every 10